Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven development video. Today is still January 30th. I'm picking up where I left off in the last video, and where we were in the last video is we were fixing our double dispatch problem, or we had fixed our double dispatch problem, and we were just wrapping up fleshing out the user enter dollars class. So the user enter dollars class, of course, is a new class that we're creating to allow us to save off the original data the user types in, so we can save it to a file. So if somebody types this in, previously we didn't have a way of storing it, now we do, and we'll be using that when we do our file saving stuff, which is what we were doing before we went off on this tangent, which I'm really liking. I mean, it's turning out to be a great tangent. And you know, I think it's expected that your design will bounce around a little bit, especially in the early days. After all, we're only in the second week of programming here. Your design, you'll bounce around between different parts of your design as you flesh out your architecture. And I feel like we really are starting to do that, is figure out what our architecture for this application is going to be. So I want to go into valid dollars and see, we've got addition. You know, I'm going to move this. I think this just makes more sense here. And same for here. And I think that will also allow us to finish the rest of these a lot more quickly. Oh, and it looks like what just happened. Let's pull that over. There we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's good. Now we want to be able to do the exact same thing here. Again, grammar issues, but I'm not going to worry about it. So 4 minus 1 should be 3. Invalid minus 1 should be invalid. And that should just work. Yep. All right. Now we're good. We need subtract to 0. Actually the exact same code as this, except that this is going to be a 0. And I think everything else is the same. Getting a little bit lazy in my test descriptions, but I'm not too worried about it. If I come back, if I am working on this code at some point in the future and I will be able to figure it out, and if it bothers me, I can fix it then. It's a question of choosing your battles. Where do you want to spend your time? This just doesn't feel like it's too important. Expected 0, but was minus 1. What did I do wrong? So what was that error? $1 minus $2 should have subtracted to 0. Interesting. What happened there? That should have worked. We were just saying backing dollars subtract to 0. The backing dollars in this case would be a valid dollars, which means that's the one doing the actual calculation. I think there's a bug in our subtract to 0. No, that's right. The max of 0 or the result. So it should have been 0, but it wasn't. Why not? Huh. That's a real surprise. Let's go ahead and run the debugger on this. If I can remember how to start it. It's been so long since I've run it. There we go. Okay, so we'll step in here. Oh, did I? Is it something dumb? Yes, it's something dumb. I'm not calling subtract 0. Well, that was brain dead. Sorry about that. Let's try to do this. Okay. That was a waste of time. Okay, one more time. So this is the value of a pair. They'll see your dumb mistakes. I'm sure many of you watching this video did. There we go. Okay, so that's all good. What's next? Percentage. How does percentage work? That's just what it says on the tin. Okay, so I'm being a little, I think the level of testing I'm doing on this is a little bit overkill, but it makes me feel good. The grammar is just terrible, but okay, so we're gonna say that oh, it's just that simple. Yeah. So if I'm not actually doing anything but that, I don't have to worry about anything else. It's not a pairwise issue, so that should work. Except I want this to be 10%. And I think it's not coded yet, so yeah. But min will work that way. You know, it occurs to me that with this new code I've got here, most of the implementations of plus, minus, subtract to 0, percentage, and min, and so forth, that could possibly be promoted to the dollar superclass. So well, I don't feel like dealing with that right now. I want to get back to the persistence, but it's something to consider for the future. So, okay, so where were we? Is everything passing? Yeah. Okay, so now for min, which what just happened there? Okay, so the expected value of 1 and 2 is 1. Expected value of 1 and 3 is 1. Expected value of 1 and invalid is invalid. 4 and 1 is 1. Invalid. And 1 is invalid. That should fail because I haven't implemented it yet. And then should pass pretty easily. Okay. All right. I think that's everything. Which means that now we should be able to get back to getting rid of that parse method. I'm going to fix these real quick. There's probably an easier way of doing this, but I don't know what it is. It will be quicker for me to just brute force it than to figure it out. So here we go, brute force. Okay, done. So that should all still pass. And now, in the last few minutes before finishing, I want to take this back out. I think the reason it was failing is because the render method was missing. And that actually, I still haven't coded the render method. That's what I'm missing. So that too I can just pass through. And that's what I'll pick up with next time. So thanks for watching, everybody. I will catch you next time.